A man and a woman both shoot a basketball. A man and a woman both kick a soccer ball. A man and a woman both run on a track and hold a lacrosse stick. Athletes are made up of both genders, so why are female athletes marginalized? In 1971, only 1% of athletic budgets went to women's sports programs. At the high school level, male athletes outnumbered female athletes 12.5 to 1. Prior to 1972, there was no law prohibiting the exclusion of a person from participating in a sport due to their sex. This all changed when the 37-word law, Title IX, was signed on June 23, 1972 by 37th President Richard Nixon. This law states, "No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subject to discrimination under any educational program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." For years to come, female opportunity and advantages in the sports world were rising. Before Title IX, 1 in 27 girls played sports. Today, that number is 2 in 5. High school girls' athletic participation increased from 295,000 in 1971 to 2.8 million in 2003, an increase of over 840%. Since Title IX's passage, female participation at the high school level has grown by 1,057% and by 614% at the college level. For a while, Title IX seemed like the perfect plan, but in the past 5 years, the gap between male and female athletic participation at the high school level has grown. The dilemma once seen in 1971 has come to rise again. Female high school athletes receive 1.3 million fewer athletic participation opportunities than their male counterparts, 3.2 million female versus 4.5 million male. The opportunity for female participation should be more equal to men. It is unfair there are 1.3 million fewer athletic opportunities for high school girls.
The impact of Title IX on women's sports is significant. The law opened doors and removed barriers for women, but female athletes in their sports programs still have fewer teams, fewer scholarships, and lower budgets than their male counterparts. Division I athletic departments spend on average about twice as much on their men's programs than their women's programs. Female programs deserve to have more money spent on them. This gap between money spent has gotten too large and is simply unjust. We recently got the opportunity to speak to Jermaine Lester, former WNBA player, who currently works as the assistant coach for the UConn women's basketball program. Lester talked to us about the role the media plays in female marginalization.
Covered every other school, Cinderella stories from men's programs, but you don't really see as much all over ESPN for women's programs who are Cinderella stories in the NCAA tournament.
Even the professional athletes do not get a lot of media attention. While examining 934 local network affiliates from 2014, researchers found that only 32 segments were on women's sports, amounting to about 23 minutes of coverage. On SportsCenter, 376 stories covered men's sports, and only 13 segments covered women's. The following are segments that sports shows decided to air instead of women's sports.
Now, I don't know if there's an insect problem or whatever, but he's not very happy. Highlights of that. Oh, yeah. Oh,
sure. Get in the catcher's equipment bag. That would be great.
Throughout the regular season, it's okay to have a little bit of it, but, in the postseason, when you're optimal recovery, when whoever can recover the fastest from game to game is going to put themselves in position to be successful the next game. So the sugars I kind of cut out.
It is remarkable that stuff like this is being aired, while some of this stuff isn't being aired.
They won 13-0 in the Women's World Cup, setting a new record.
Back in March of this year, 28 players on the just talked about dominant U.S. women's national team filed a federal class action lawsuit in the United States District Court in Los Angeles against the U.S. Soccer Federation. They're suing the USSF for institutionalized gender discrimination, claiming that the USSF is in violation of the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Although the women's team is more successful than the men's team, the male players get paid a lot more money than the women do. As CBS reported, if both the men's and women's team were to win 20 non-tournament matches, the men would earn on average $263,000, a little more than $13,000 per game, while the average women's team would earn a maximum of $99,000, which equals a little less than $5,000 per game. How can the men's team make $8,000 more than the women's team when the women's team has put up better results? Clearly, women marginalization is happening in all aspects of female athletes. From high school to college to the media to professional to national, we hope this issue stays on the forefront of people's brains and hopefully we see the marginalization decrease.